Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to start with another episode of our active and passive series. We are going to look at some of the sentences which have two objects. We will also look at other kinds of sentences where in the sentences the verbs are followed by a preposition. We will try to figure out the rules that we need to employ in order to transform these kinds of sentences to its passive form. So let us start. Today, let us look at our first example. Number 1, they gifted me a sari. Now, if you take a close look at this particular sentence, you will easily be able to identify they is our subject, gifted is the verb in its simple past tense, and we have two objects. They gifted whom? Answer is me. Gifted what? A sari. So me and a sari, these two are objects. Now, how can we transform this kind of a sentence to its passive form? We can either start the sentence, that is the passive form, with me, that is it will change to I when we are trying to use the passive form, or we can start the sentence with a sari. So let us look at how the sentence will appear if we start with me. Me, that in the subject position it will turn to I. I was gifted. Was is the be verb that is used to indicate the past form of the verb. I was gifted a sari by them, or I was gifted a sari. They, since they is not a specific subject, we can omit they, someone. Where you do not have a specific subject, you can put it within brackets. You can put by them within brackets. You can write I was gifted a sari. Okay. Now, if we begin the passive form with another subject, that is a sari, how will the sentence appear? A sari was gifted to me within brackets by them. Okay, let us look at another example in order to understand this particular format. Our next sentence is he gave her a flower. Here in the active form our subject is he. Gave whom? Her is our first object. Gave what? A flower. So a flower is our another object. So first let us try to transform the sentence to its passive form. First let us use the word her, which will become she in the subject position. She was given. Gave is our verb in its past form. So we have brought in the be verb, was given a flower by him. Now, if we start the passive form with a flower, then our sentence will look something like this. A flower was given to her by him. So I believe that it is clear to you all. So when you have two objects, when you are transforming these kinds of sentences to its passive form, you can begin the sentence with either of the objects. When you are transforming it to passive form, you can start with either of the objects. Both the sentences are correct. Now, let us shift our attention to some other kinds of sentences where the verbs in the sentences are followed by a preposition. Let us look at the first example. He laughed at the old beggar. He is our subject. Laughed is the main verb in its past form. At is the preposition that is right after the verb. The old beggar is our object. So let us transform the sentence to its passive form. The old beggar was laughed at by him. We will not omit at when we are transforming this kind of sentences to its passive form. We will not omit the preposition. We will keep it after the verb as it is given in the active sentence. So please keep that in mind. Now let us look at another example. Whom did you laugh at? Now in this question also we start with the word whom. Whom in its passive form always changes to who. Did in the active form indicates that the sentence or the question is in past tense. So we bring in the word was in the passive form. Who was laughed at by you? Again, here also we did not omit the preposition. So the rule that we need to keep in mind is do not omit the preposition. If in a sentence a verb is followed by a preposition, when you are transforming it to its passive form, do not omit the preposition. Otherwise, your answer will be incorrect. Okay. Now while skimming through some of the grammar books, I came across two such sentences which I thought was quite typical. The form of these sentences you need to keep in mind because it does not follow a specific rule of transformation as we had done in the earlier episodes. So let us look at these sentences and try to memorize the form in which it is being transformed. So our first sentence is, it is time to play the match. To play what? The match. So it is more like an announcement or a declaration. It is time in the passive form also remains unchanged. It is time for the match to be played. We bring in the word be. Here you will see that no specific format has been followed. So you need to keep this kind of sentence in mind. And how do you need to transform it? In this manner. You will keep it is time unchanged. You will bring in for. It is time for the match to be played. This mostly depends on your understanding of English language, and you need to develop a sense of language in order to transform it. Okay, just remember this hint that the first part remains unchanged. Let us look at another sentence. I expect you to help her. So this is also very close to a kind of imperative sentence where there is a declaration has been made, where an expectation has been voiced, though it cannot be clearly categorized under imperative sentence. So let us see how we can transform this particular sentence. Here also, I expect this portion remains unchanged. What are the changes that we are bringing in? I expect her. Her is the object in the sentence and it is placed right after I expect her to be helped by you. You was the subject, so now it has been changed to object. I read out the answer for you all again. I expect her to be helped by you. This will be our answer. Okay, I believe this was helpful. If you have any further questions regarding active and passive, please write it in the comment section. If you like my work, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. I will again meet you all in the next video. Thank you.